Hi there, good that you decided to watch this video, and I can already tell you that you are one step closer to your dreams. Now, what do you mean by dreams, or the topic of the day, which is design your destiny? Do you think that really is possible? The answer is yes, it is. But there is a science behind it. It's not about creating simple vision boards or creating some simple drawings and keep looking at it and you'll get it. No, there is a specific science behind it, and I am today going to share with you each and every aspect of that science. So be with me till the end to really realize the power that we have within ourselves to achieve our dreams and design our own destiny. Now, there are in description a lot of links provided to you through which you can download some of this stuff, some reference material and worksheets that we specially designed for all of you. So, are you all set to move on? If you are not, then please bring your pens and papers. Pause the video, bring pens and papers, because this is not a video, this is a course. So let's begin with the first reflection of the day. I'm going to share with you something that almost all the coaches in the world share with their coachees in the first meeting, and that is called Wheel of Life. A wheel of life is a concept where we say that life is not only about your career, or life is not only about relationships. There are different spokes in life which are important to be balanced. Even if one spoke of that wheel is not in alignment, we feel incomplete. So let's look at your life and see, in this circle we have different spokes like business, career, money and finances, family, we have romance, friends and social circle, recreation and fun, health and fitness, and personal and spiritual growth. Now, all of that forms a very fulfilled life. Now, the first task that I want you to do is, for yourself today, just reflect from 0 to 10, 0 being the minimum, 10 being the highest. How satisfied are you with each of these spokes in life? So take that 1 minute, draw this or take out a print with using the link that we've given. Put yourself into your satisfaction score from 0 to 10. How satisfied are you with each of the spoke? Once you are done, the next part is about identifying what is your dream? What is the destiny that you are trying to create? Let's bring it to your awareness. And that's where we start with adding more power to your specific dream. So remember that having too many dreams or having too less can be counterproductive. So let's say for next 1 year, what are the top 5 goals that you have in your life? Now, I'm not going to, tell you that take all the 5 goals from wherever, but just go to your wheel of life, check where your satisfaction or happiness level is low, and then basis that, write down what are those top 5 things. If possible, please divide them into personal goals, professional goals, or some kind of 2-3 buckets, so it's easier for you to refer it and create a vision board later on. So once you have written all these 5 goals, which you are really wanting to achieve in next 1 year to 5 years, the second thing that you need to do is do an ecology check. Now, that's a very important formula. And what is that? What that really means is, assume you achieved that goal. Think that you have achieved the goal. Then who are the people around you who are going to get impacted? Negative, positive. How is it going to impact the other spokes of the wheel? For example, there have been a lot of people, a lot of my coaches who came and said, you know what, I've been trying to get promoted for last 5 years, but I've never gotten that promotion. I don't know what is stopping me. I have put my vision board in place, I have put my goals, but I'm just not able to give my 100%. And when we went deeper, when we, talked about it, what came out was that he had a deep fear that if he gets that promotion, he will not be able to give full time to the family as he is able to do now. There are certain other fears, like if I achieve this goal, then my relationships are going to get impacted. So think about it, is that goal really ecologically viable? I'll give you my example. I was in a corporate job for a longest period of time and spent some amazing time in companies like Accenture, GE. But then when I decided that I want to go on my own, start my own organization, it took me 3 years to make that jump, and that was not because I didn't want it. It was because my ecology, at that time my finances were not in place. I knew that I will need a lot more energy into my business, and my child was very, very small. So looking at all the ecologies, I consciously decided to stop, to wait till the right time arrives. So for each of the goal that you have written, do that ecology check, and then we move on to the next portion. The next part is pain and pleasure. Oh my God, that's like a big revelation even in my life. So what you need to understand about the theory of pain and pleasure is that our brain looks at pain and pleasure of doing something or not doing something. There's a lot of calculations, a formula that we have in our brain, and only if the pain is too high, immediate pain is too high, it will either direct you to that goal or stop you from achieving that goal. Or if the pleasure is higher than the pain, is when you're going to achieve that goal or give your 100%. So do that kind of maths. What are the pains of doing this or working towards this goal? I'll give you a quick example so it's not very confusing for you. So for example, I did this for myself to lose some weight after pregnancy, and somehow I was not able to lose the weight. And that's when I learned about this pain and pleasure thing. What happened was, the pain of going into the gym was much, much more than the pleasure that I anticipated I would get after losing the weight. The pain was not only the physical pain that I had to go through, but it was also the pain of not being able to give enough time to my daughter, not being able to give enough time to my husband or my family. And that pain was so big that I was never, it was like an ingrained guilt that I had by going into the gym, and I realized that I will never be able to lose weight till the time I increase the pleasure. So there's some maths that you'll need to do to ensure either your pain is too high and your brain is fearful and they'll have to do it. So for example, you must have seen some people immediately quit smoking after getting a heart attack or after going through some medical emergency, and that is because the brain immediately anticipates there's a lot of pain in continuing this habit. And there are times when you'll see that people are extra energetic to achieve their goals because the pleasure that they anticipate is too much. So decide that for each of the goal, do this experiment. We have given a link below from where you can download pain and pleasure activity. I thank Tony Robbins for giving us this tool. It's just amazing. Now the next one is called visualization. Now visualization is the most important aspect of it. I am going to do a separate video where we'll explain what visualization is and how you can do it. But for now, just understand that you need to, in your brain, create a blueprint of success. And what is that blueprint all about? See, people in sports, people who are high achievers, they already in their mind replay their success. And as they replay their success, it means what are they doing? They're creating and imagining a new story for the brain. In my earlier videos, you must have seen brain is an idiot box and it will agree to whatever. It doesn't differentiate between real or imagination. And that's the power of visualization, that you imagine and create a new blueprint for your success in your brain, and it will automatically guide you. So moving on, the fifth thing that you need to do is do a very solid belief check. Is there anything like I am not good enough, I don't deserve this, I am not enough, I need some more people, is there anything like that which is stopping you from achieving your goal? And if there are, then please first let's resolve those blocks. And I will be doing another video where we will talk about how you can convert your limiting beliefs into empowering beliefs. Thanks to NLP for that. And then the last part that you need to work on is alignment with your values. And what we mean is that if your value system is not in alignment with what you are planning to achieve, then it might not enable you to give your 100% to the goal. I'll give you a quick example. Suppose your goal is to earn 1 million in next 2 years, okay? And your internal value is that the time to family, relationships, honesty, integrity, all of these are your prime values, right? Helping others is your prime values. Now, if these values are not in alignment with the way you're going to earn that 1 million, then you are not going to give your 100%. Sorry, that was the second last one. So this one is called goal intention. This is the last one which talks about, what's the intention behind your goal. And that's very important. And I'll give you a quick example of my life goals. You know what? Somebody in some wedding, I remember I was a very small child. I think I was just in 6th to 7th standard. And in one of the weddings, I remember some of the relatives making fun of me because I came from a very, very poor background and they were, super ultra rich. And they made fun of me saying that, you can't go to America all by yourself. And they started laughing when they heard my dream to go to America, those times, when we were all very keen to go there. So, and that's when, when I remember crying and I remember getting frustrated about it. And that's when my dad came to me and he said, you know what, take it as a challenge. Now you go and show it to the world that you can go. Believe me, that part changed my life, and my whole the goal of my life became to earn so much money that I go to America on my own expense. I get a big job so that I'm enabled to go to America. So, but when I went, I stepped into US exactly after, 15 years. And 15 years I had slogged. I studied, I gave my 100%, and I'm very thankful that I did that. But when I stepped into America, you know what? I didn't feel that great. I didn't feel that it was worth all the efforts. And that's where intention matters a lot. My intent of going to America was not to grow or not to help others or help myself, but my intention of going to America was to show off, to show it to people, to prove it to others. And then, that intention really didn't work out for me. Later in life, I realized that, goal intention is very, very important. Is it to prove to someone? Is your goal to show it off? Is your goal to grow yourself and feel happy? Or is your goal aligned to help others? So please write down intention, overall intention of the goal, how you feel about it, and why are you putting it as a goal itself, and then reassess. After all these checks, if you have reassessed your goals and you have put down now your top goals, I'm going to move on to the favorite topic of the day for me and for everyone, and that is about vision board and dream board. There is a difference between vision board and dream board. A vision board is a board where you put exactly tangible goals. What do you actually want? And these are short term, maybe 1 year, 5 year goals. These can be measured. So for example, 1000 YouTube subscribers, that's my goal for next 3 months. And there are a lot of other things that you can think of, but these are measurable, whether I'll get it or not. Vis-a-vis, a dream board is more like how I want my overall life to be. Growth in spirituality, happiness, satisfaction. So larger, how you envisage your dream life. So for example, when I created my dream board, I had put all my family members together. I had put that we are going out and we're having fun, we're sitting on the beach. So all of that was my visualization of what are my dreams, right? So there is a difference. Please don't mix both of them. If you have more questions, please feel free to write on the comment and I'll answer them. Too much of information actually creates a clutter in your mind. So just avoid that and put like very crisp, concise 3, 4, 5 goals on your vision board and put your dreams in your dream board if you want to. And that's the difference that I want you to understand before we move ahead. So in your 5 goals that you have chosen, just segregate them if you think that some are vision goals and some are dream boards. There is a lot of merit in understanding how we can deal with fears and our limiting beliefs, but few very simple tips that I can give you is, if your brain is not understanding and it is still telling you no, but this is not going to happen, this can go wrong, then here are some of the things that you can do before you start creating your vision board. Write down all the fears that your brain is pulling up. Just write down on the paper. Now that is very important, because if it stays here, it will start interrupting your normal logical and visualization process. So if you hear your brain and just put it out on the paper, you will feel a very different kind of peace within. Okay, so now that it is on paper, all your emotions with that fear is on paper, you will be able to think logical. And that's the magic. It's a very, very simple exercise to deal with fear. Write them down and then look at it very logically as a third person. Okay, the second one is that if you have a fear that you write down saying that I can't do this, how can you reword this fear or add more empowering belief to this fear so that this fear becomes very small? So an opposite empowering belief could be, I have lot of times proven myself wrong when I said previously that I can't do it. So this one also, I'm going to challenge it. I can do it. Or you can write down that I can do whatever I put my mind to. So we have a lot of these affirmations, beliefs that we will be sharing with you. There are some videos around affirmations. Fear of failure, for example, can be completely dealt with these kind of affirmations. So look at the links below and start your affirmations for your fears, and you will see a different change in your own self and different kind of energy to achieve your goal. So now the last one is something that I will be covering in one of the videos around NLP tools, and this is one technique that I found very handy, where I let my fear talk to my ambition. There is one, I'm sure you would have experienced that there are two people talking inside. One is saying don't go for it, and another is saying go for it. Now what you need to do is give space for both of them to talk. You become the facilitator. Okay, you tell me why should I not do it. Write down all those points. Now then ask this second person, you tell me why should I do it, and then kind of bring some alignment to both of them. You will see this is a very, very powerful tool to deal with dilemmas. I will share with them, share some more details around it in a different video, but I hope you got the point that we need to clarify all our blocks first before we put any goal down. And these are some of the tools that I shared with you, which can help you clarify those blocks. So it's action time. When you are about to create your vision board, what is very important is that you don't bother about how am I going to get it. You just put it there. Let the opportunities come. You will see that our brain has a lot of power if we instruct. So putting things down on a vision board means that you are telling your brain that this is important for me. And once you tell your brain that something is important to you, you know what brain does? It gathers the entire universe to get it for you. Now I know this is a Shah Rukh Khan dialogue, but it is true. It's something from law of attraction, and you can absolutely try it out. It's amazing. It's just about telling your brain that it's okay. This is what I want. So it's like your genie, and you're just telling the genie, I want this. Now, once you're done with that, then second, when you get ideas, your brain has this uncanny power to, attract similar ideas, and, you will start looking for opportunities, and you will see that there are more opportunities coming your way. Now, these might look silly also at times, but what I would say is don't discard any idea that is coming to you after you create your vision board, because that could be a big opportunity. So please consider all the opportunities that are coming very carefully, and then write those ideas down. Whatever you resonate most with, execute that. Obviously, execute is the word. Action is important. But action on what? Action on the opportunities that you get after you let the universe know what you want. And that's the action time we're talking about. It doesn't happen. You're sitting there, you've got the vision board out there, and you feel, if you believe that it's going to come to you, you're very lucky. and it might happen, it might not happen. So chances are 50-50. But if you are taking those steps, the chances of you getting it increases. Now let's move on to how to speed up the process. Now I've put the vision board, now I'm like restless, I want to speed up the process. So here I'm going to tell you some quick techniques of how you can really speed up the process of you realizing your dream. And here are some things very, very scientific as well. So think about it. These are the mistakes that people do at times, and while everything else is said, these things, if you follow, it can speed up the process. So when you create a vision board, it's not only about drawings, it's also about statements. So please put vision, your drawings and images and statements. When your brain reads the statements, your logical brain starts working. When your brain looks at images, your creative brain is working. And we need whole brain to work. We need whole brain. So in your vision board, please don't restrict yourself only for the images. Put statements, put empowering beliefs on your vision board. That will help you deal with the fears that come with those goals. The second thing, avoid making them too cluttered. In fact, I won't say avoid, don't make it cluttered. Because a cluttered vision board will confuse your brain. Brain doesn't like cluttered thing, it needs clarity. So the more clear your vision board is, the more opportunity you have to make it true. Yeah, so have less number of things, but very powerful and with lot of clarity. Have it right next to you, so that it's the first thing that you see when you get up, and it's the last thing that you see when you are about to go to sleep. The timing when you go to sleep is very important, because when you go to sleep, within few minutes of your sleep, you are closest to your subconscious. And our subconscious has a lot of power to help you deal with your fears, because fears are coming from your subconscious. To help you deal with those limiting beliefs, they are coming from your subconscious. So it helps to look at your vision board, throw up some ideas, ask some questions from yourself, and let your affirmation videos play during the night before you sleep, and you will see how your life changes only in next 21 days if you do this. I promise. And you can contact me. My contact details are there. If you need more questions, just feel free to write an email. If you're struggling with something, I am committed to the world. I will give you answers. I am all there for you to you take the action, and I'm there to help you if I can in any capacity. So reading the vision board at a eye level is very important. Now, why I'm saying that is, brain works on perceptions. If, say for example, a very tall person comes to you, now what's the immediate reaction? If the person is 6 inches 7 inches taller than you, what's the first thing that you feel? There is a sense of fear, or there is a sense of respect for the person automatically, or maybe something that comes, the physiology changes, brain looks up. So if you are putting something very up, so your vision board, if for example it is very up, it's above your eye level, what happens is that brain feels, or there might be some internal dialogue saying ye to bahut zyada hai, and it's too much. Then if you feel that if it is too low, then you know what happens. It's like, this is nothing, this is not important. So I would suggest that put your vision boards at the eye level, so you are looking into the eyes of your goals and saying, you know what, I'm going to achieve you. I am already achieving, I am in that state. And then last thing that I would want to say is that if you still don't have a lot of conviction that you're going to get succeeded in this, then I would say that just put some short term goal. Okay, maybe a 2-week goal. In 2 weeks I want this, and then see the magic. Just follow all the steps and you will see the magic happening. Give your brain some evidence that you are the creator, and you will see how it starts accepting your commands after that. So these are some of the clues for you to strengthen your vision board. And what we are going to do next is how to speed up the process we've already done. So some examples about empowering beliefs and limiting beliefs. Just to give you an example, sometimes we have a limiting belief that I am a victim. This always happens to me. Now, how can you change it? What's the counter empowering belief? That I create my own reality. Whatever I am now is something that is because of me. So taking responsibility. Now, similarly, there are a lot of them, and what I'm going to do is put them all down in a document and put a link. So just look at the link below and you will see a document, download it. This will help you create more empowering beliefs. I understand for beginners it is difficult to create them, so I've created a list for you. And that brings us to the end of the course or the video that you're watching. I hope you liked it. Again, these are all my coordinates. They are given in the link below. Reach out to me if you have any question. One request, please subscribe and help me reach my goal of reaching a particular number of subscribers. I said 1,000 from 1 week from now. So please subscribe. And thank you so much. I hope you liked it. Feel free to write to me. Bye-bye.